Hello, welcome back to Family Vital Tips with Ofure Ehinam. Who told you that miracles are over? Who told you that you cannot do it? Who told you that you cannot achieve that goal just because you're a woman? Who told you? Well, today we are going to be talking about the powerful woman, part 3. And today our case study is the person of Queen Esther. Like that sound good. Who told you? Well, if you are new to my channel, I'm Ofure. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to be notified of our new videos, and don't forget to give a thumb up if you like this video. Subscribe. Well, like I said before, we are going to be talking about the powerful woman today, and the case study once again is Queen Esther. Who told you that because you are a woman and because you came from one particular place where maybe they don't allow women to do some certain things, that you cannot achieve something great in life? Well, when you go back to our previous video, you will see when I talk about a woman, the person of Prophetess Deborah, who also ended up as a judge in her time and in her country, and what she was able to achieve, how she was able to restore sanity and peace back to her land of her people, because she refused to believe that she was just a woman, because she refused to believe that she that she belongs only to the kitchen, because she refused to accept the fact that she's a woman, that she's limited to what she can do. So you see, at the end of the day, she came out a hero, as a hero, in her country. I mean, is an hero, fine, there's the way they call the woman heroine, something like that, for her country. So I am still here again to encourage you, in case maybe that of the life of Deborah was not enough to challenge you. I am still here to remind you and to bring more women who were able to affect their generation with their life during their time and existence as women in the time when they existed. In case you are frightened, you are that kind of a woman that is so scared of taking some certain step, that is so scared of doing some certain things, thinking if I do this now, I'm just a woman. Please, I am here to tell you that you can do it. You are not just a woman for you, or just to be a wife, just to be a mother, or just to be you are a woman for more than many reasons. Because when the Bible created us, the woman, he created us to be what? Helpers. He created us and he made us the mothers of all living things. So you can see the potential that you have, that you are not just a woman, that you are not just a commoner, that you are not just a limited, organism, or what? How do I put it? You are not a limited edition because you are a woman. You are a woman that has been ordained by God to help. And not just to help your husband, not just to help your children, but to help as many that connects to you, or that are around you, or that lives in your vicinity or in environment. That is what you were created for. So wake up, stand up, take the bull by the horn and begin to affect your world. Today I'm going to be talking about Esther, and if many of us know the story of Esther, the Bible says Esther was an orphan who was adopted by her uncle Mordecai. And it gets to a time in Israel that not in Israel, sorry, at a time in Susan, where the king needed a queen after he rejected the first queen he was having in position, Queen Vasite, and he was in need of a queen. So he asked the people to gather, the maidens, the young maidens, for him to choose a queen. And the Bible say while they were there, even Mordecai, who was also one of the gatekeeper, was also head of it, and he was having this little girl, this little daughter. To him it was a daughter to him, automatically. And he also make her to present herself. And I'm going to read to us so that it will not just look as if I'm telling stories and all that. I am going to read to us, When you go to the book of Esther, the book of Esther chapter 2, and I read, Now there lived in Susa a Jew named Mordecai, son of Jah, son of Shimei, son of Kish, a Benjamite, who had been exiled from Jerusalem among the captives taken away with King Jeconiah of Judah by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar. Mordecai was foster father to his cousin Hadassah, that is Esther, who had lost both father and mother. The girl had a lovely face and figure. On the death of her parents, Mordecai had adopted her as his what? As his daughter. This was an orphan adopted by her uncle, and was taken care of and nurtured by this same particular man. In compliance with the king's edict, a great number of young girls were brought to Susa and entrusted to Hegai. Esther was among them. Esther pleased the custodian of women and won his favor. He not only promptly provided her with cosmetic and good food, but assigned to her 7 special maidens from the king's household and transferred her and her maids into the best place in the harem. Esther did not reveal her nationality or her family, for Mordecai had forbidden her to do so. Each day Mordecai walked up and down the courtyard of the harems to find out how Esther was faring. Then I go to verse 15. When the time came for Esther, the daughter of Abihail, whom Mordecai had adopted from his uncle, to go to the king, she asked for nothing beyond what the eunuch Hegai had given her, and yet she won the admiration of all who see her. In this place, in the 10th month, called Tebet, in the 7th year of his reign, the king liked Esther more than any of the other women, having won his favor and approval more than any of the other virgins. She received the royal crown and was made queen in place of her seat. The king then gave a great banquet in honor of Esther for all his officials and ministers. He proclaimed a holiday for all the province and distributed gifts with royal liberality. I just read to us a little and a brief history of this very girl, Esther. You see, Esther was an orphan, and I'm trying to introduce this woman, this lady Esther, to us before I go straight to the point. You see, this woman Esther, she was an orphan who was raised by an uncle, and God so kind. But the Bible says when we read further, you see that she was not just Esther. She was a prayerful person too. She was well brought up by her uncle. She was taught morals, and the value of the place where she was coming from. She was made to know that in her place they pray and there is a God that answers, like, that helps them like no other God on the surface of the earth. So she was also a beautiful young lady. The Bible just described her that she was so beautiful and that she had a figure. And we women, we know what the word means. Figure. When you say the woman, she's a figure, she has this figure, meaning she's so beautiful in and out. She has, everything that you say a beautiful woman has. So she was so fair to look upon. And the Bible says when the king finally was looking for a queen, other maidens came before the king. None of them could win the heart of the king except Queen Esther. When she came, the Bible says the king loved everything about Esther, and he won the heart of the king. Didn't just won the heart of a king, he won the heart of a king to the point that the king bestowed the royal crown upon her and crowned her the queen and make her a queen in the place of a sitter. And the Bible says she continued. She was there, things were going fine until something happened. What happened? Something happened when Emma came into the picture, and he became, he was at a point, because of pride and because of, trying to, raise shoulder to be noticed. He ended up putting himself into problem at the end of the day, because he came and he wanted everyone to worship him just because he was the king's right-hand man. So he felt that because he was the king's right-hand man, that he's equally as the king and people should worship him. So, but there was this particular man called Mordecai, the uncle of Esther, and unknown to Haman, that this man he was waiting that he should bow to him was not just any man. He was not just anybody, but the foster-father of their queen. He was unaware of it, and because I won't say the Bible, I know if he had known that this man was a father to that very queen of their kingdom that has stolen the hearts of the king, he will be so friendly and even try to win the heart of Mordecai. But he was unaware, he didn't know. And the reason why, again, I would say, you should not look down on people, no matter what, no matter what position, whatever position you find them, no matter whatever level you find them, no matter whatever place you find them, you should never look down on people, because you really don't know them. You really don't know who they are. You just see them, just show them love, show respect, and move on with your life, because you never know who they are. So he didn't know who this man was. So he thought the man has no life and he has nothing, and he is nothing except just the normal gate man that works at the king's gates. So he was so full of himself. And the Bible says, not that Mordecai didn't just want to bow. Mordecai didn't bow because he was a Jew. And maybe because he was a Jew, and there is a way that the children of Israel, maybe they don't bow to, they don't bow to people, or maybe they don't believe in bowing down to other person. And it's shown because it's part of the commitment God gave them, that thou shalt not bow, to thyself to other gods. So maybe for them, they feel bowing down to anybody is like bowing down to another god. So maybe it's just part of them. So he refused to bow because he was a Jew, and he's against the place where he was coming from, for him to bow, to somebody who is not even a king. So he refused to bow. And this, the Bible says, annoys Haman. And Haman became furious and was like, was mad, like, who is this Mordecai that he won't bow to me and tremble before me when I appear just like every other person? And the Bible says he continued to look for a way to deal with this man until he took his decision last, which landed him into a very big trouble. You are a woman. You have been blessed with everything. What are you doing with the position God has given to you? What are you doing with, the things he deposited in you, the potentials he has deposited in you? Or you think you are just a woman just to give birth, marry a husband, cook for him, cook for the children, nurture them and all that's all you are good for? No, you are more than that, because God has given, you've gotten inside of you a lot of great potential, a lot of solution to the problems of many people out there in the world. And not until you begin to see yourself as that and present yourself as that, you will continue to just feel and belong to that position of I'm just a woman. So I challenged you and I encourage you to step up. Yes, step up. You are powerful. You are potentic. We are special. We are unique. You are more than what you think you are. You are a woman. You are a success. You are a crown of beauty. You are not just what you think you are. You are more than that. And with this, I want you to, go challenged and begin to rule your world. I'll end this video here so that, we go on with the other video, because I don't want us to get bored. I always want us to, be able to listen to the video and understand the message and get the message. So I stop this one here.